Good afternoon. My name is Darren DeVault. I'm Director of Non-Credit Programs at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Welcome to another virtual Lunch and Learn program hosted by UT Non-Credit Programs and UT alumni. Today's topic is Power Up Your Career with Digital Skills, featuring Lauren Pizer from our new education partner, Pathstream. Lauren will share some details about our new educational certificate programs, Tableau data analytics, and Salesforce administration. These programs are built in partnership with leading technology companies to teach learners how to use modern tools that are needed for today's jobs. Lauren brings a decade of experience in learning design, student experience, and program management in K-12, higher education, and startups. Prior to joining Pathstream, Lauren designed the student experience and curriculum for several fast-growth educational startups. Lauren, we're so delighted you're here today, and we'll turn the program over to you. Welcome.
Great. Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here with all of you, and I'm really excited to represent Pathstream and share a little bit more about who we are and what we're doing with UT. Great. So let's start with kind of what is Pathstream and what are we doing here? So one of the things that is happening right now is that we're living in a really changing job landscape. There are more and more jobs that are requiring software skills and technical skills. And those jobs are paying more, and there's just more of them being offered, right? And so what Pathstream is doing is creating certificate programs that are teaching students these really important digital skills. And so we partner with technology companies in order to do that. So for example, some of our programs include a digital marketing certificate that was made with Facebook, a data analyst program that was made with Tableau. And so we're going to be talking about the programs today that we've created in partnership with UT. So the two certificates we'll be talking about today that will be starting in January are the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate and the Tableau Data Analytics Certificate. So the Salesforce Admin Certificate is 3 courses, and that would amount to 15 weeks total of learning. And in this experience, you would learn how to become a Salesforce administrator. And that will require learning how to use Salesforce Cloud, learning how to use spreadsheets, but ultimately building reports and charts and dashboards that help businesses to make better informed decisions and create better sales processes. The second program is focused on data analytics and is also 3 courses, but it is actually 18 weeks long. It's a bit longer. And in that experience, you will be learning how to become an entry-level data analyst. Some of the skills that you're exploring are not just Tableau, which is a data visualization software, but also SQL, some basic statistics concepts, as well as spreadsheets and how to perform an exploratory data analysis using spreadsheets. So the Pathstream platform is what you would be using to learn these skills. And this platform is different from other platforms you may have come into contact with. It is what we call tool-based learning, which means that instead of taking tests, you're going to actually be doing projects that mirror what you would have to do on the job. So for example, data analysts, they perform exploratory data analysis on data sets. They clean those data sets, they manipulate them, they draw insights from them. And in Pathstream, that's what you would be doing as your projects. There would be learning material, there'd be videos, there'd be readings, but your projects would be based on what you'd have to do in the real world, and those will receive personalized feedback and support from your instructor. So as I mentioned, these programs are 3 courses long, and they prepare you for growing career areas, right? Areas that are using more and more digital skills, that are becoming more and more in demand. And what you will earn at the end of this experience is what we call a co-branded certificate with UT non-credit and with Tableau or Salesforce, whatever technology leader is associated with that certificate. And so this is really a signal in the marketplace, right? That you not only kind of know the skills that are needed for these digital skills jobs, but you know how to apply them. And you've done so through UT non-credit. You'll also receive career services at no additional cost. It's included in the learning experience. And we'll actually talk a little bit more about that career service, which is really unique. So throughout the course, there are lessons and modules that are teaching you about kind of how to update your resume based on what you're learning, how to create a LinkedIn profile or a cover letter. But when you get to the final course in this experience, there's much more individualized support. So there are coaching calls, there's introductions to employers, there is interview prep, there's sort of one-on-one support of your resume, updating your resume and your LinkedIn. So this program is really different from others that are out there in that we're providing you with more individualized and personalized career support. That's still your job, right? And your responsibility to get those opportunities, but we're here to support you and provide you the resources to do so. So let's talk a little bit about the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate, which is one of the two programs we're going to talk about today. So what is this program like? This program was built in collaboration with Trailhead. And Trailhead is Salesforce's official learning platform. So when people see Trailhead or they see Salesforce, they know what that is, right? And that's because Salesforce is used by over 150,000 businesses and is the most popular CRM or customer relationship management platform in the country. So this is a name that businesses know and they will know. And becoming a Salesforce admin and really skilled in Salesforce is a huge differentiator in the job market today. So aside from the fact that Salesforce has grown incredibly over the past 10 years, right? 30% growth in jobs requiring Salesforce skills. It's a career that is really helping to improve operations in a business, right? Improve sales processes, business development processes, customer success. And so as a Salesforce admin, you would be building dashboards, you'd be generating reports, you'd be helping the company that you work for to improve how they do business. And to do that, you would be using Salesforce, which is a software platform. And so this is really an opportunity to leverage skills that you have around, learning new tools and really enjoying learning new platforms. If you're a person that likes to build systems and help people be more organized and help people to do their job better and have, clear data and systems, this is a great skill to learn. And what's great about this is that you don't need to know anything about Salesforce administration or Salesforce at all to become a student in this program, right? Pathstream and UT do not require any prerequisites from students. So all you have to do is be interested and be, wanting to learn a new skill. That's it. You don't have to even know what a CRM is. If we talk a little bit about the Tableau Data Analytics Certificate, this program is focused on helping you to become a data analyst, right? And that might be seeking a promotion into a data analyst role or, switching careers entirely. But this program was built in collaboration with Tableau, which is one of the leading data visualization software tools that's used by over 50,000 companies in the US. And was purchased actually by Salesforce this year. But there are many different types of data visualization tools. Tableau is one of the leaders in that field. But what's great about this program is that you're not just learning Tableau to become a data analyst. You're going to learn SQL. You're going to learn statistics. You're going to learn spreadsheets and Excel, which is a really critical tool when you're manipulating data. So as a data analyst, you're going to be collecting data, cleaning it, manipulating it, and finding the insights from that data to communicate it out to the people that you work with. So the data tells us things about the health of a business and about what should happen next. And you're really kind of the doctor that's taking it, analyzing it, and telling people really what they should do next as a data analyst. This is really great for people that have an interest in numbers and math. You don't have to be excellent at it, but you need to have the basic skills and you need to be interested in learning something new that's technical. This is also a skill that works with others, right? Because you're going to be listening to people, taking what's happening in their business and using the data to help them make better decisions. Data analysis is also an area that has grown considerably, right? 30% growth also over the last 10 years in jobs requiring Tableau and other data skills. So clearly an area of growth as well. So what I want to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what the Pathstream platform looks like. So what you see here, this is one of the data analyst courses that you might be taking. This is the SQL course. And this SQL course is broken down into various sections. So you can see here that as a student in this experience, you might take, you know, there are how many sections in here? There are 10 sections in this experience, but you know, it's week 4. Maybe you're just focusing on section 8 and 9. And so something I want to say about Pathstream is that this experience has an instructor, but you don't have to log in at any time at the same time every week. So you can really learn in a way that is beneficial to you and your schedule. So if you want to work on Fridays and Saturdays on Pathstream, you can do that. If you want to work on Mondays and Wednesdays, you're welcome to do that as well. What we do is we ask you to finish a certain amount of content at a certain point in the month or the week. So we might say, okay, it's week 3. We want you to work on sections 8 and 9. And we'll tell you that your instructor will be there to support you in doing that. But this is what we call an asynchronous learning experience. So this is how the course is laid out into sections. And when you get into one of these sections, you'll see that there are a series of lessons in here with some time estimates of how long that lesson might take you. So you might say, okay, you know, I've got about an hour. I'm going to focus on this MySQL Workbench lesson. And so clicking into this lesson, we're always stating our learning objectives and our goals at the top. And we've got some really, features of online learning here that you might have seen before. There is images, there is text. We have what's called a knowledge check, which is sort of like an ungraded quiz, right? And we always have a knowledge check really soon after you learn something. So you're not going to be reading and watching pages and pages of content before you're leaning in and actually doing something to show that you understand the material. So really quick question, you're getting, making sure you're checking your understanding. We have short videos built into the material that you can watch, on your phone or on the go. But, our videos are not very long. They're at max 5-6 minutes. We also really try to create visuals that help you to understand, what is this new system? So what you're looking at here is MySQL Workbench, which is a tool that data analysts use in their data analysis. And we're asking, we're sort of showing you, okay, this is what it's going to look like when you go into this interface. And then, when you get down to the bottom of this lesson, you actually are going to start using MySQL Workbench right in Pathstream. So when I click Launch Lab, what's happening here is right inside of this learning space, MySQL Workbench is getting spun up and is going to soon appear on the right-hand side of the screen. Normally, MySQL Workbench is a tool you would have to go obtain from the internet, download, and use. But what's happening here is this tool is actually being broadcasted right into your learning environment. And so you can see there's lots of things going on behind here. And it's going to be a little slower than normal because I'm also on Zoom. But when it's ready, I'm going to have my own unique instance of MySQL Workbench that I can manipulate. I can write things in here. I can run queries, which is a big part of what you're going to learn how to do. And on the left-hand side are instructions that I'm going to be following to be able to use SQL on the right-hand side. And so there are quizzes in here, there's images, there's things that are helping me to keep track of my learning. And so keeping really it all in one place. What you see here is what we call a lab. This is not a graded experience. We're giving you the model answers, we're showing you what to do. This is like a practice worksheet. But when you get to the projects, this is also the way that you would submit projects. And so you can imagine that you'll be working on a set of SQL queries. And instead of the next button, there would be a submit button, and you'd be able to send your work directly to your instructor for grading. And so this really creates an easy flow to learning a new skill and keeps it all sort of contained in the Pathstream platform for you to learn from. So that's just kind of like a little bit of a taste of what Pathstream is going to look and feel like. As I mentioned, all of these courses are project-based. So there are no tests that you are taking that are going to determine a significant part of your grade. This is about doing the projects that you have to do on the job, because that's really all that matters in the real world, is that you know how to do the job when you get there. So there's another slide I want to go through here. So a couple of common frequently asked questions that come up when we're talking to students. This program will start at UT on January 26th, 2021. And when I say the programs, I mean the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate and the Tableau Data Analysis Certificate. So those will both start with the first course on January 26th. They are 15 and 18 weeks long respectively, and they are 3 courses each. These are self-paced, as I mentioned. So you are going to get 5 weeks for each of these courses and 6 weeks for the Tableau courses. And your instructor is going to keep you on track. Make sure that you know when to submit assignments and when to take some of the quizzes we have. But it is your choice when you log in within that week to do the work. The total cost of the program is $24.99, and there are 3 and 6 month payment options. So this is the total cost for all of the courses in the certificate. Some of you may be able to seek reimbursement from your employer for some or all of the cost of these programs. That's a really great way to pay for these programs, and it's worth asking your employer, are there any education benefits that I may be able to take advantage of as I enroll in this program? In terms of how much time you should expect to commit to this program was designed for working adults. So people that are maybe taking care of children or they have a job. But if you are not working, you can also take this program. But we've set this up so that you're spending about 10 to 15 hours a week doing work, right? Reading, watching videos, doing projects. That's 10 to 15 hours a week. And that will take, about 15 weeks to get to where you want to go. So this is really about putting in the work, but it's not an extended period of time. This is, 3 to 4 months of your year that would be focused on this experience. We don't have any prerequisites for these programs. So you don't have, as I mentioned, you don't have to know what CRM is. You don't have to know what Tableau is to come into this program. You just need to have a high school degree and an interest in learning a technical skill online. So those are some of the frequently asked questions that we do get here, when we're talking to students. And I welcome any other questions from the team or anything that your students might be asking. I'd be happy to answer at this point.
Hey, Lauren, I
Yeah.
follow the industry, the hot jobs for 2021, and I keep seeing data analytics on that list. What are some specific types of jobs that a person who completes a certificate in that area, what could they, where could they land a job?
Yeah, it's a great question. So luckily, actually data analysts and Salesforce administrators, they can work in a variety of careers, right? You could work as a data analyst in an education company. You could work as a data analyst in a finance company or a law firm, right? So there's really no one industry for a data analyst. But, one thing we're also seeing is that regular jobs that don't have data analyst in the title, they often have that they would like someone to be skilled in analyzing data. And so what you're seeing is that more and more jobs are requiring technical skills around data analysis, because as a society, we're producing so much more data than we used to. So even jobs that were much more manual are now working with data. So it's really valuable if you want to stay up to date in your current career, if that's in HR or something that doesn't traditionally maybe manipulate a lot of data. There's now a need to be really skilled in that area and to have that to show to your employer that you're keeping up and you're sort of staying with the time. So there are clear data analyst roles, but there are also so many roles where data analysis skills are kind of buried in the title. And so that could be anything with the term analyst in it. It could be traditional HR roles, traditional customer service roles. So it's really a wide variety right now.
Okay. Does anyone else have a question regarding those two programs?
One question that I actually wanted to bring up, Darren, is that the Salesforce Career Administrator Certificate, which we've been talking about, that course is actually going to help you to prepare for an exam that is offered by Salesforce. So Salesforce offers a number of exams, if you're familiar with them. And if you decide to pursue one of those exams as a student, you're kind of double preparing yourself for what the real world is going to need in terms of your Salesforce skills. So if you take the Pathstream program, you're going to graduate with this co-branded certificate from UT, non-credit, and from Salesforce. But you're also going to be prepared to take an exam that is offered by Salesforce as a company. And that exam is a timed exam. There's a small fee for that exam. But when you take and pass that exam, you're really showing industry that you're ready to go. And these three courses that are offered are preparing you for that exam. So a lot of people study, it's very hard to prepare for that exam, but these courses are getting you to where, you're pretty much there. There might be a little bit of refresh you have to do, but you're there and ready to take the exam.
Yeah, in addition to the two programs that Lauren's highlighted today, we will roll out an additional two programs in March. Lauren, do you want to kind of promote those a little bit?
Yeah, so I believe they were mentioned on this slide. Let's see. The Facebook digital marketing program and the Unity 3D design program. So these are also great programs. So Facebook and digital marketing, another really huge skill, right? How do you use social media marketing to advance a business? How do you use, content marketing? And so what the Facebook program is doing is preparing you for entry-level data or digital marketing skills, but also, as I mentioned with Tableau, so many jobs use digital marketing. And so you're also, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to start your own business, this is an excellent program. If you're looking to just bring some social media marketing into what you already do, this is a great program for that. So it's really kind of like a survey experience across all the different types of marketing, and also focuses on marketing analytics, which is very, very important skill set and growing skill set for marketers today, is how to manipulate data and use marketing data to make decisions. The Unity program is a really unique program. It's 2 courses, and each are 6 weeks long. And these 2 courses are providing you with an understanding of Unity software. Unity is a VR AR software that is used by, it's actually used in a ton of different fields. It's used in construction. It's used in actually the automotive industry. So it's used across various fields to visualize different environments, 3D environments that you might be using for a variety of, for game design, for construction. So when you're taking this experience with Pathstream and UT, you're really learning about the basics of Unity, how to use the platform and the software, how to deploy these projects to virtual environments, VR environments, and it's really preparing you to take on roles as a Unity designer, if that's of interest to you. And that is a whole nother career area that is super interesting and growing, and it's a much more creative type industry.
Yeah, I know we've been working with you guys for several months to develop this partnership, and I know these are all in-demand skills. So we're very excited about adding these certificate programs to our already robust selection of programs for lifelong learners.
Yes, we are too. And something that we're always doing is keeping our courses up to date so that you're getting the most sort of up-to-date information about what the landscape and what the job market is asking of you. Because that's not something, that's always changing, right? And so how can the UT students be getting the most up-to-date information to be successful in the job market is one of our main goals.
Yeah, I think we have time for a question or two, if anyone has a question. Well, if not, Lauren, any follow-up comments or final comments for us today?
I think there might have been one last slide with a place to go if you had any questions. I want to make sure. Yes. So you will receive an email with more information when enrollment opens in December. So these programs are not necessarily ready for enrollment yet, but will be very soon. And if you have questions, we are available at enrollments@pathstream.com and can answer any questions. We love questions. So please send us an email.
Perfect. Lauren, thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate you and your colleagues at Pathstream. On behalf of the entire team at UT Non-Credit Programs, thanks for joining us today and participating, and we'll see you at another program very soon. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.